What's up, guys? So just got off of work and it's getting darker and darker, just earlier and earlier every single day, which sucks because there never seems to be enough daylight. But today I'm gonna give you like a nice little walkthrough of everything, probably a little kind of fill you guys in on everything on the inside. So first of all, one big thing I wanted to say is in regards to the whole like we were going to be painting everything front to back. Obviously we did start with the front because we did the facade, but then we kind of just totally skipped over this room. But the thing is, we're kind of just like putting this one on hold just because it's going to be newspaper on the walls, you know, a lot of paper and stuff. And that, I mean, that could be a problem if it rains, which there is. I mean, it is still, you know, almost a full month before we even open for the first night. And last year we didn't really get a lot of rain. I think we only got a few solid days of rain, and even then we still worked right through those. And it's California weather, so it's like you don't really get too much rain. But it's just we don't want to chance it because we really hate, you know, taking steps back and having to redo stuff. It sucks, and we just figured, hey, you know, once it gets close enough, we just put the newspaper up. We could just do this room maybe one of the last. But that's kind of why Trevor skipped right ahead and just did the bathroom. And it's also the reason we kind of skipped this room is because we're still kind of debating on what we really want to do. And it is kind of a small room. It's just, you know, here, and then starting right here is the hand hallway. I mean, not right here necessarily, but once you get past this point, this is essentially like, think of it as a doorway. And then here's the hand hallway, and that doesn't need very much decoration. In fact, actually, now that I think of it, this is kind of rough, so I'll probably just sand that down, put a certain kind of base color on this, and then just the hands go up. And they're going to be on both sides, and when I say like hands, I mean like everywhere, like just thick with hands. We're still going to buy more. We're going to be making like Party City runs and just getting tons and tons of hands. And I mean, I would rather have too many than too few. Like, I would rather not use some, and that's going to be basically the decoration and stuff. And they're going to go as low as there, and then obviously as high, you know, as the ceiling pretty much. And the idea is that it's just scary because they're going to be, it's so close contact down this hallway that you pretty much have to, you know, brush up against the fingertips and stuff. And then an actor or two will be in there, hold their hands out like this, and then, you know, when they get close enough, you reach like that or something, and it's very unnerving. And it's going to be really cool when it's done. You'll be very, very dimly lit, as everything is in our haunt. And, you know, that's why this is why we kind of skipped over this too. Over here, probably close to the brown it is right now, we'll just paint it a certain kind of base and then just detail it a little bit, and then we're gonna sand these down a little bit, detail those, and this is just gonna be like flesh parts and stuff. I was thinking like flesh masks and stuff right here, almost like you know, victims or whatever, like their faces on the walls. We'll buy a lot more of those. We have about 20 now. I mean, half of our actors last year wore those, like those masks. Here the idea is we're probably gonna do red, maybe red like the color on the outside. It is a pretty good red. I think it's like candy apple red or something. And the walls will be that color, and then we're literally gonna do like veins. And I mean actually like veins inside, you know, a view, like red and blue veins, purple, whatever. And it's gonna be all over the walls and stuff, because the idea is that this is inside somebody's head. A killer's nightmare. This is his nightmare, and it has to be like the most twisted stuff you can think of, because you have to assume that their minds are, you know, really messed up, and, you know, kind of like go into like that crazy dimension. And that's why we would do the veins, because when I think inside, you know, you think of this. I mean, I actually had an idea that got scrapped, to have like an eye room, and of course it's just not gonna happen. But the idea was literally, like, let's say it was in this room, was to paint the walls a kind of like, maybe like a light brown, and we would detail them lightly and stuff. But then over that I would do lots of, I would probably do with like a paintbrush, I would paint red like lines and stuff like that look like veins all over the walls, and then do big chunks of like branching red veins like this, and then it would go right up to the ceiling, and then over that go over here. And the idea was on the ceiling I would actually have like a picture of the inside of a dilated eyeball, and it would just be like behind like what a killer sees. And I really loved that idea, but of course that's like crazy and not gonna happen. It's just like too much, because we'd have to literally like blow up a picture of that and do whatever. And it was a cool idea, but it's just not gonna happen. So we're gonna make at least this happen like that, and then the veins will go right down this way, and then stop about here. You got these scare spots, they'll be very, you know, close contact. And then you got the bathroom, which is like a scene of like one of his victims, let's say, you know. And you'll have to read the story. I do have a story written and everything that's pretty much finished, and it'll be posted up on the Facebook as time progresses. But like we said, this is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be blood all over the walls, like pentagram or something. And I love that this paint really brought this room together, by the way. But I will say that we told a few people that this is what it was going to look like. I mean, obviously with detailing. We're not going to just leave it like this. But it just sucks because we really wanted to do tile, and I still really do, because we told some people and they were kind of just not going for this as much. I mean, not that it doesn't look good, because it does, and I know Trevor worked really hard on it. But it is so, like, it's such a nightmare to actually put tile on some of this wood, because this wood is shit. It's really thin, and to actually stick something on there is hard. I mean, we'd have to literally take this whole thing apart, and that is just not happening. We have to take this all off, and it's just too much, you know. And we're gonna see. I mean, I may do tile. We'll have to see, and maybe I'll just cut out big portions of the wall and stuff like it's caved in or something, and do something crazy, you know. It's a matter of what we have time for and stuff. But and actually, maybe you guys can give us an opinion. I mean, leave us comments, tell us what you think of the bathroom, tell us what you think of that painting. It will be more detailed and stuff, you know. Obviously I'll go through, detail where the grout is supposed to be, that's the black lines, and detail the tile, make it look corroded and old, you know, like maybe like the bathroom from Saw, that thing was like really crazy looking. And you know, I could do that. It's just a matter of, there's nothing like the look of real tile. So you guys can give us comments and tell us what you actually think, if you think it should stay the same or something. And you know, we kind of played off of that, because at first me and Trevor were like, hey, it looks pretty good, and we can deal with that because we know how much work went into it. But you know, it's funny because when people say stuff, we really take it into consideration, because they are the people that'll go through the maze. In here, these will probably stay very similar. We'll probably paint them a dark base, maybe some light detailing. Camo netting at the top, as we said, and there's not going to be an actual roof other than that. But that'll look really cool. Through here, honestly, this will get covered, and we'll probably just detail these walls like a kind of like a generic like brown or something, and then detail those like this, pretty much, that we did for last year's maze. And then starting around here, we're not going to fill any of this in. It will be filled in on the other side, but not here. And this is just going to get sanded down, and we're going to paint this all red, all of these, and we're going to do like jute netting all over, guts from ceiling to the floor, and I mean literally just ceiling to the floor all the way, like all of this, and what you have to push through some. I mean, I'm going to buy so much more rope, and it's fine too, because we actually found a site that has it really like a really good discount on it. And it's going to stop about, let's say here, this is an actor spot, so this will be fine. We have more particle board, so these two pieces right here will get covered, and I'm thinking, and then obviously the actor spot right there, this will be covered. And then I was thinking, like I said, maybe something jutting out right here, or maybe even here, so they have to really walk around. And then, because I mean, this is really open, and I want this to be very enclosed. Plus, if there's something standing out right here, if it stands out to about, like, let's say right there, like a nice little panel or something goes to about there, it cuts off your full view of what you're going to, because right now I can see right into the kitchen, and I don't like that. And even if we drape something, it's still just like a full open doorway, and I like the idea that you have to really see the doorway right before you go, you know, to it. And then from there, you just have the finale of our kitchen. We literally have, you know, the microwave and everything. I mean, It's just crazy. And the fact, and we weren't going to, but I didn't realize like it was just, I thought like our buddy just kind of bought like a crappy, not working microwave or something or whatever. I mean, it was $10. But this thing works. It can cook stuff. We're gonna have this on and open. We'll put like an exploded head in there or something really gross, like strands of hair hanging down. I mean, we really go all the way. And that liquid latex and stuff, without all that, I could put some of that hanging down here, like it's just gross blood and guts and everything. Maybe I'll put some entrails hanging out of it, but that'll be really awesome. I can't wait to bloody this up and detail this, and it's fun too because this is really not much to, you know, paint. But this, everything, the cupboard and all that, you know, just the counters and stuff, this looks awesome. The tile, which I still have not finished yet because it is just a nightmare. I mean, this is Gorilla Glue, by the way, all of this. And the idea for this too, that I'm gonna do when we get here, because I'm definitely not gonna do it first, is I'm gonna cave in a big part right here. And if you guys have played the game Doom 3, it really is an awesome game, really cool details in it, and really it expands on the whole idea of hell and stuff, and it's so awesome. And there's like parts of the game where literally there's like growth, like just like some kind of slimy growth coming out of like walls, literally, and it just like moves and stuff, and it just looks like a giant gross tree, but it's like it's probably something more like, you know, demonic or something. And I was thinking we could do that and have it just like spill out, go into the sink and everything, and just like hang off and stuff. I mean, this is gonna be like the crazy finale. Like, this will be, when this is all finished, it's gonna be insane. And I can't wait to get to here. And the next couple of days we're gonna go nuts. You know, we've been doing a lot of the painting, and that's a big thing we're gonna be doing now, is just painting this maze, finishing a few things, just slipped, and just finishing a lot of stuff like that. And obviously props go out last, and I'll show you more props as time progresses. Like in the next couple days I'll probably show another prop, and let you guys see what's going to be in the maze. But that's going to be probably all I film for the day, just because it's going to be really dark and I kind of have to let my camera rest. But I'm just going to be doing some sanding today and everything, and then tomorrow I think Trevor's coming by. We'll do a little more work on like the painting and stuff. We're going to debate on what we're going to do with the tile based on people's reactions, and yeah, play it by ear. So I'll see you guys later.